Hi, everybody. I am Barb Steinberg, and I am a parent coach, a teen life coach, and a speaker on teen girl issues. I work predominantly with teen girls and their parents. And these videos are really for you, the parents of the tween and teen girls, to help you raise your girls in a way that feels better for you and for her. It is my passion to help you. And I wanted to share with you a recent parent coaching session I had with a wonderful mom that I've been working with for a few years. And she was really scared about and frustrated and annoyed with watching her teenagers be lazy in her mind. She was watching them, lay around on their phones all day, play video games all day, and FaceTime all day, and then into the night, more and more and more of the same. And this is a mom who is a go-getter. She likes to be productive. She likes to be moving. She exercises every day. She likes to have goals and something to look forward to and to work toward. And that is a value of hers, to be productive and to have goals and to work toward them. And for her to see her teenagers behave in the opposite day after day after day. This particular parent coaching session was during the summer, so there was even more of the laying around on the phone and all of that. And it was really getting under this mom's skin. Like, she just was not having it. And so when she was telling me about what was going on, she said, my daughter, she takes, a French lesson every week. She exercises on Zoom with some of her friends a few times a week. She has a tutor once a week. When I ask her to have dinner with us, she will. Sometimes we go for walks together. She'll initiate, or I will. So when I was hearing just those few things, I was thinking, wow, your daughter she's doing a pretty good job at this young age. I think she was a freshman or sophomore. And I thought I think that's pretty good for a summertime and during the week. That's a decent amount of being productive and being active. And the fact that she's initiating and spending time with the family, I thought that was good too. And so when I pointed it out, the mom kind of sheepishly smiled and said, I know, I don't really have it that bad, do I? But what we really needed to do is look at, where is that uncomfortableness and that frustration and that fear coming from? Because usually as parents, when we feel uncomfortable or unsettled and we don't like something that's going on, it's coming from a fear. And if we can ask ourselves, what am I really afraid of? That will help us tremendously in figuring out how to manage the fear, and then how do we really want to respond to this situation. So when we were talking about her fear in this regard, I could really, I resonated with this mom. I really got it, because I also have had a similar fear as hers. And that is when she sees her kids being lazy in her minds and not being active, not being productive, not having anything that excites them or anything that they're working toward or making goals. Or for her, it feels, the fear is, who am I raising? How are these kids going to succeed when they leave my house in a few years? Are they going to be bums on the street where they're never going to leave their bed, and they're not going to know how to navigate the world, and they're not going to pursue dreams and jobs and careers and so on? And so that is the fundamental fear. I'm not doing my job as a parent to set these kids up for success when they leave the nest. They're not going to make it if I don't make them do it now. And so once she got in touch with that fear, there was a bit of an exhale. She's like, yep, I got it. That's it. So then we really had to talk about, a few different, it's like when we notice the fear, we have to find a way to reframe it, to look at it a little differently. So a few different ways to do that is, this mom, or you, I know I did this in my own life. I actually talked to a good friend of mine who knows my teenager really well, and I shared this exact fear with her about my own teen. And she said, well, let me tell you about who I see when I'm interacting with I have a son, with your son. And she told me about basically giving me many examples of the opposite of my fear, right? That he is engaged, that he does do things that he doesn't want to do, that he does pursue activities or interests of his. So I talked to this mom about the idea of, can she talk to those who know her daughter, whether they're family members or friends or moms of her daughter's friends, and ask them questions about what they see in terms of her daughter, taking initiative or being motivated or following through or caring about something. This is the same mom who was really concerned about her daughter not having any sparks or any passions. And then she quickly found out, oh, well, every time I bring home little puppies from the shelter to foster, my daughter's obsessed with them, and she takes such amazing care of them, and she feeds them and plays with them and walks them. And so it was an aha moment for her to realize, oh, my daughter does have a spark. I just didn't see it that way, that is a talent of hers and an interest of hers. The other thing I pointed out is, yeah, your daughter, she might not be, running around saying, I want to learn how to watercolor and crochet and make sourdough bread and start my own baking business. But she is right now flourishing in her social life. And that's something that she didn't necessarily do in the past. She's now really putting a lot of effort and energy and motivation and drive into creating and building her friendships and her relationships. That is also a spark for her right now. So she is motivated and driven for something that's really important to her, right? So that's something to look at. It's a reframe. And then we also talked about the idea of, think back when you were young. Now, I know that there are some anomalies. There are, some people that are literally creating computer companies in their garage when they're teenagers. But I also know that many of us, when we were teenagers, were doing a lot of what we see our teenagers doing today. Hanging out with our friends, driving around and getting fast food, on the phone as much as we can, talking about our crushes for hours and hours on end, wanting to lay around and watch TV or lay around and get sun in the summertime. So enjoying our lives, enjoying our days, being in the moment. And we know that now, this mom in particular, and some of us, we might look at those behaviors and say, oh, that's lazy. It's not driven. It's not motivated. She's not doing anything. She's not pursuing anything. She's not growing. When really she is. She's growing and becoming herself. She's working on her identity, which is one of the most important developmental tasks of adolescence. So we know that, you might have someone who wasn't very driven as a teenager, but as an adult, they found something that they were really interested in. And that's when they found their drive and their motivation. So who you are at age 14, 16, 18, that's not necessarily who you are at 36, 48. So this is a moment in time. And I guess I think I'm trying to say, can we cut them a little slack? And not only can we cut them some slack to allow them to be in the moment and maybe even to be a little lazy during the summer, but maybe we could even take a page from their book and learn from them how to be in the moment a little bit more, how to be a little bit more lazy so that we can just kind of look around and be in the moment and enjoy our lives and enjoy our days. Maybe our teens can be our teachers in that way. So I've given you a lot of food for thought. I hope some of that has resonated with you. And if you're looking for more individual support on helping you with your reframes, with your relationship with your girls, please check out my website, barbsteinberg.com. Reach out for some parent coaching. I'd love to help you individually. I also have some fantastic e-courses that you can check out, such as talking to your teen or how to connect with your daughter. So those are on my website, barbsteinberg.com as well. And I hope that you'll like this video, you'll share this video. I hope you'll check out my YouTube channel with more advice on raising teen girls. And thank you for listening. Have a great day.